Today we're going to talk about another option for self-defense, and that's the tactical baton. That's what's coming up next on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So I know I got this tree growing out of my head. I'm trying to keep myself and my camera in the shadows so you don't get all that annoying glare and I don't get that big shiny side of the face. So it's 4 seconds in and I'm already rambling. But what I want to talk about today on this Trade Saturday video is tactical batons. And I realize they are not legal in a lot of places, but if they are, they can be a really good option for self-defense. I saw in the news just the other day that it's been all over the headlines about a woman jogger that was brutally attacked while she was jogging. Possibly if she'd had a way to defend herself, it might have gone differently. And that happens all the time. It's just really, there's a lot of bad folks out there and a lot of people who like to prey on people who are defenseless. I think a tactical baton could be a good way to make sure that you're not as defenseless as you might be. So what we're going to do today, since this is a Trade Saturday video, the folks at Smith and Wesson were kind enough to send me 3 different versions of their tactical baton so I can show them to you. Let me say right up front, I'm not law enforcement, I'm not military. I've had no formal self-defense training on using one of these. So I know there's a lot of people who know a whole lot more than I do about it. You could probably really do a lot better job of demonstrating one of these, but I try to take this like I do everything, just from a regular guy approach, and because that's all I am. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not an expert at anything. But basically, it's just a collapsible stick. It gives you a way to be able to address a threat from a further distance and with something a whole lot harder than this. Whether it's a human or an animal or whatever, this gives you a pretty good way at least to, to whack somebody with something that's really hardened steel that from back here, instead of letting them get all up in your face like this. Let me take you down the old stump top real quick. We'll talk about these tactical batons real quick, and then I'll just kind of give you my take on why I think these are a really good item to have. Okay, let's take a look at these 3 batons real quickly, and we'll get to doing some of that baton stuff. So the largest baton we're looking at today is the SWAT Light 26-inch collapsible baton. The 26-inch collapsible light features a 16.4-inch STKM 11A carbon steel shaft with a 9.6-inch handle of 7076 T6 aluminum with a soft foam grip. Has an overall open length of 26 inches and weighs 11 ounces. Comes with a molded black nylon belt sheath. The street price of about $38. The slightly smaller SWAT Light has a 9.5-inch shaft with a 6.5 grip with a 16-inch total open length and weighs 8 ounces. About a $35 street price. We also have the Smith and Wesson small collapsible baton. This features a 7.1-inch shaft of STKM 11A carbon steel with a 5-inch textured pink aluminum handle with a 12.1-inch total open length. Weighs just 7 ounces. This model comes with a pocket clip or a handheld sheath for jogging, walking, and hiking. It's also available in black with a steel handle instead of aluminum, and these models have about a $25 street price. Chuck Norris can give you 3 black eyes. Okay, so that's some of the specs and details, hopefully quick, of these 3 collapsible batons from Smith and Wesson. I gotta say, I really like the concept of a collapsible baton, and that's just because they are really easy to use. You don't have to have any special skills or special training. Now, certainly, I'm sure you would benefit from some special training, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that training would allow you to do with these that I don't have the skills to do. But bottom line, if nothing else, you just flick it open and whack somebody with it. That is about as basic as it gets, but yet effective, which really makes this a very usable self-defense tool for probably the widest range of people there are. So if you can swing a stick, then you can pretty much use this baton. So I tell you what, there's a reason that a lot of law enforcement officers carry batons, because they just work. So let me just give you my take on these 3 models and we'll wrap this up. They're very lightweight batons as far as for their size. The belt holster is pretty nice, got a snap-on back. You can thread it through and do it a couple different ways. It's multi-compatible. It reaches out there. This is the size of a small baseball bat. You just whack somebody with that. You whack somebody in the shins with it. You whack somebody in the side of the knee with it, in the elbow, pretty much anywhere. It's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt a lot. Actually, once you got it locked out, you can poke somebody with it, and it's gonna hurt them. It really does lock open pretty good. You gotta bang the heck out of it on something solid to get it to come back together. Pretty solid lock out there. And this is not really too big. If you're jogging or just walking or whatever, instead of carrying a big stick, you can just carry something like this. It doesn't look too bad. It's not really too obvious. You could even put this in your pocket. It's not going to stick out too bad. It's obvious you got something in there, but less than obtrusive way of carrying something maybe to fend off a neighborhood dog or whatever. This is a 26-inch open. Next one down is a 16-inch open. You can see it's a lot smaller. You could definitely put that in your pocket. You know, you just walk around with your hand in your pocket, something happens, it's out. It's not 26 inches, but you still got 16 inches. You got that much space, and you got hardened steel here with a kind of a little knob on the end of it that definitely, that's going to be a whole lot better than hitting somebody with your hand. Now, I worked with a guy that told me one time, says, son, these are tools, not clubs. Well, this is a club, a small club, but it's definitely a club. So possibly one of the earliest weapons known to man in a modern rendition. This thing is just super lightweight, very, very compact and easy to deal with. You can carry it in the holster. Again, it's MOLLE compatible, or you can just carry it in your pocket. One reason I really like the concept of a baton is just because it does give you that reach. And not just that reach, but it gives you a hard, something you can really put a lot of force into and really do a lot of damage with something like this. This is the compact version, and it's got the pocket clip. It's available in pink or black. The pink one's a little lighter. I think it may be geared to women, but I think it's really good for jogging and people that are joggers and runners, because, you know, maybe you don't have pockets in whatever, if you're wearing jogging gear, running gear. A lot of them don't have pockets, but this has actually just got the strap that goes around your hand, so you don't have to worry about it slipping out of your hand holding it. But, you know, you just run along and, you know, the bad guy jumps out, you pop it out, and you got something to get somebody's attention. I'm sure there are a lot of advanced techniques with this, but it doesn't take a whole lot of training just to whack somebody. I kind of really like this one. Now, it is available in black for those of you who are just not quite secure in your masculinity. And what I like about these Smith and Wesson ones, unlike some other cheaper ones that I've played with in the past, they just lock open pretty easy with a pretty, you know, quick flick of the wrist. And when they do, they're open. You pretty much have to really work to close them. So whether you need to defend yourself against bad people or aggressive animals, I really like the concept of a collapsible baton. And the main thing I like about them is they're just really easy to use. No special skills required, just flick it open and whack somebody. I gotta say, for whatever reason, some places these are not legal, which in my opinion is plain stupid, because you can carry a stick with you, but you can't carry this. If it is legal to have one of these where you are, I suggest you check them out. Might be something to work really well for you. So once again, thanks to the folks at Strayed Smith and Wesson for sending me these so I can show them to you and we could talk about this. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I've got another video for you right here. I put out a couple of new videos every week. If you're not subscribed, you can fix that by clicking right down here. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.